Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day today. I been listening to some more vinyl, pulled out Foreigner 4, and been banging my head a little bit trying to get wound up. Really need to break out of this set of doldrums. This particular video is going to be a little different. This is going to be the 12th in my series of setting the tone, and this one isn't quite like the others. This is, I'm sure you saw the title, A Dog's Life, well, at least my dog's life. And being here alone with just her and I, it made me realize how big of a part of my life, my children's life, my pets have been. Now, we originally had a set of Bassets, a male and a female, and if you checked out my merchandise site, you'll see the picture of the male. We lost the female. She had a cyst that ruptured and she just couldn't be saved. And the male, he passed away of old age. His heart gave out. And they were, especially the male was my buddy. He was basically a rug with legs. After they passed, we got a brindle pit bull as a pup. More so bought her for my granddaughter as a present. And she was, you see all the stereotypes and all of the misrepresentation. She was a big lap dog. Lovable, the kids could ride her. She was a house pet. And when we moved the last time, we took her with her, and after we moved, found out that we, one, couldn't have a doghouse outside. Two, that she couldn't be outside more than 45 minutes at a time. And then the property owner where we had our mobile home let us know that we had to get rid of her because pit bulls weren't allowed. He has German Shepherds and Rottweilers and everything else in his neighborhood, but pit bulls aren't allowed there. And it's such a shame that that stereotype, that thought that there's such an evil beast permeates the culture, that people don't understand that it isn't the dog, it's the trainer, the owner. And it really hurt my granddaughter, and it broke my kids' hearts that we had to give her away. And mine too, because she was my friend. And thankfully she went to my nephew and she got a good home. But that left us pretty much petless. And like most people, the first thought was, pet store, private dealer. And then you started looking into it and realizing that there are so many shelters, so many animals that are put to sleep every year needlessly. And I say a local, but it was 30 miles away. Humane Society had a free pet giveaway, and they had birds and snakes and cats, and when we got there it was packed. There were hundreds of people, and we looked around and all of the dogs had been adopted. And my kids and I were about to leave when this floppy-eared red thing got brought out. And we were just, I guess it was fate, we were just happened to be standing at the cage when the gentleman brought her in, and immediately, it was done. It was kind of a replacement for our bassets. And she fit right in. And she was a medium-sized dog at that point. Little did we know that it was going to become the behemoth that now occupies the territory of my house. But she was already housebroken. She has a tracking chip installed so that if she gets lost or gets out, she can be found. She was already spayed, so we didn't have to worry about it. And she was friendly. I don't know why the original owners had to give her up. I feel sorry for them, because she really is a wonderful animal. And what I've come to realize is that she may actually have I know she's got a better social life than I do, but she may have a better life all around. She gets first seat on the couch, and no matter what, I can leave her out of my room, and by morning I will wake up with paws on my back pushing me to the edge of the bed because she wants my queen-size bed to herself. And the biggest of my responsibilities is loving her and taking her outside 3 times a day. And of course feeding her and bathing her and the stuff you would do with a child. Now, when I said she has a better social life, maybe I should say she has a more interesting social life than I do, because we live in a little community now, and there may be 100 houses here altogether. We're out basically in the middle of nowhere. And I'm sure you can hear her whining in the background because her friends are outside. And this isn't every trip outside, doesn't matter. When it's time to go, she's at the door, whining loudly. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You better come get her and go, or she's going to be at you, pawing at you, jumping on you, complaining. Once you get the leash on her, she stands waiting on the door to open. She'll put her paw up on the door and say, "It's time to get out here." Now, once she gets out the door, it becomes a whole new experience for me. I've had a ton of animals throughout my life, and they've all been friendly, with the exception of one. But they've never been social animals. This one is a different story, and part of it I think is because of the animals around us, and they're an odd mix. It's almost like a slice of human nature. When we first get out the door, there are 2 Labradors that live immediately beside us, and if they were humans, you would describe them as there's obnoxious cat-calling men or women, be that the case, and you can almost hear from the way they whine and yelp when she gets out the door, they "Come here, baby, let me see those legs, get over here," and she starts jumping and bouncing and getting excited because they're egging her on. Now that lasts for a minute or two until they start calming down and she starts telling because she has other things to take care of. Until the female dog across the street chimes in. And she reminds me very much of that friend that I'm sure all of us have had at one point or another, the male or female that is very much controlling of their territory. You better leave them alone, they're mine, get your butt back in the door, rough, 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 bark, bark, bark. If I could get over the fence, you'd see me take my collar off and we'd have a throwdown. And she doesn't stop. For however long my dog is outside, she goes at it continuously. It's obnoxious. So you now have on one side whining and yelping because they want a new girlfriend. Across the way you have mad because my dog has a little more freedom. And while we're out there, and it's every time, there's this little dog, a little male dog. He's like a mixture of a Chihuahua and a Terrier. And I told my ex, because she had the same quality, we call it the Chihuahua syndrome. Because they're a little slight in stature, they have to be loud and obnoxious to make up for it. And this little dog, it doesn't matter where, my dog's 10 times the size of him. It doesn't matter where she's at or what she's doing. He strolls up into my front yard like, like it's his. He has to be the smallest big-time dog pimp I've ever seen. He'll walk in and she'll start whining and yelping and barking and just won't pay a minute of attention to her. He just walks over to the same spot, just far enough away that she can't get to him, does his business, turns around, walks exactly back the other way like, pfft, who cares? And the whole time, my female dog is down on her paws, rolling, scratching at the ground, begging for him to come over. And after watching this for a couple days in a row, I've realized that in those 3 trips outside a day, that my dog has more interaction with her counterparts personally than I do, ever. My interaction is through this camera to you guys and messages on Twitter and Facebook and comments on YouTube. I don't interact with people outside of the house. And generally when I do, it's some weird connection, kind of like she's having out in my yard. The last time I went out shopping with my daughter and my grandsons, I had some woman I've never met approach me, tell me that our auras merged and she wanted to give my grandson something. I personally don't think I look all that friendly. I'm 6'6", I'm covered in tattoos. And when I'm out and about, I generally have a not so happy demeanor. But apparently what this side of me comes out no matter what I'm doing. But in all of this, I've realized that my dog is part of the family. That she's almost as human as I am. And in some ways, probably more so. And she's probably more human than some of the people that we know. She actually pays attention to what's going on and is willing to associate with other animals. I think a lot of us can take a lesson from that and learn to open our ears and be a little more appreciative of everything that goes on around us. I've picked some of that up from all of the music that you guys have turned me on to. It's given me a taste of other cultures and realizing that we're all the same. The languages, the accents may be different, but the emotion behind everything is the same. We're all trying to live a better life, a happier life, and connect with people that we respect, admire, that we find interesting. Now, I know this video is a little weird, and I'm sure that most people won't listen past the first sentence. But I hope you can take the underlying meaning. Anyway, I hope you all can understand that we're all meant to connect. We're all meant to care for each other, to look out for one another. And I hope you guys come back and continue to talk and continue to enjoy what I do and spread the word that this is more than just an old man reacting to music. I really do enjoy connecting to the people that I meet. And that is my biggest gain. There's a merchandise site up, there's a Patreon up. I got my first patron a couple days ago, which is amazing. As I love you all, you've changed my life. And I hope you understand that. I hope you're having a great year, a great day, and you're enjoying music and art and whatever else you can find. And enjoy each other. I will see you very soon. Peace out.